He's written about his life in his new book, The Most Famous Musician You've Never Heard Of. Please welcome Andy Cahan.
Howard Kalin played our demo in my living room of his 10 favorite songs for David Spiro, who played it for Billy Bob Thornton. And so Billy Bob says, hey, tell him to come to my studio. We'll finish the album in my studio. So Howard and I go to Billy Bob's studio. Now, this is the best. I love this story. The house where Billy Bob Thornton lived, it was on Roxbury Drive in Beverly Hills, originally belonged to Cecil B. DeMille, all right? So during Prohibition, Cecil B. DeMille built a tunnel under Roxbury to La Cienega Boulevard to a phony storefront. And all the celebrities would take their limos to the phony storefront, take the tunnel to Cecil B. DeMille's basement, and they'd have their parties. And then Cecil B. Sold the house to Roger Corman, and then Roger Corman sold it to Dudley Moore, and then Dudley Moore sold it to Roman Polanski, and then Roman Polanski sold it to Slash. And then Slash built a studio in that basement. And then Billy Bob Thornton bought it from Slash. So this is the room that we recorded the songs on Howard's album. And, I sat in the same room that Angelina Jolie sat in, if you know what I mean. And then we did the album, and there was a really fantastic song called Music. And it's like an 8-minute song. And in the middle of the song, Billy Bob Thornton does a narration. And it was, he was the coolest in the world. Has anybody seen Sling Blade, the movie that Billy Bob Thornton wrote? So he wrote that with his son sitting on his knee with a legal pad, and he wrote the movie, And just hanging out with Billy Bob, and there was Hank Williams Jr.'s daughter, Holly Williams. We were all sitting in the studio 4 o'clock in the morning, and Billy Bob had his Ripple wine. And I was smoking a joint, and she was smoking a joint. And we're sitting there, and I'm going, would you do Carl for me? Carl is the character in Sling Blade. So he looks at me kind of funny. And he's in a studio chair with the wheels and stuff. So he spins around, and his shoulders go up, and he makes his face like Carl. And he turns around and goes, I'm here with a turtle. And I scared the shit out of me. It was unbelievable. Really, really great stories. So Billy Bob Thornton is still an amazing guy. Really terrific. He never sleeps. He's always working. He's always doing stuff. Really cool stuff.